keeping my head down because the bombs and missiles are flying around here. Your intrepid war correspondent is only a matter of yards from the front line in the battle over Haverhill High Street. Ironically, I'm also only a few yards from where I first reported on this war nearly 40 years ago. The battle lines have hardly moved in that time, and the landscape is horribly familiar. There was a vicious salvo on Tuesday night when one Haverhill council described people who park illegally in the street as a very selfish minority and suggested getting a private company to tow their cars away. I'm glad I didn't get in the way of that one. I'm reporting to you from deep within the territory of the opponents of a traffic ban, as it has recently been proposed. Their generals, who you might recognise as many of your friendly local shopkeepers, have had a lot of success recently. They all signed a petition against it, and the other side, caught off guard, didn't respond in great enough numbers to an online survey. So the idea is currently defunct, although maybe not for good. And a compromise involving a 20-mile-an-hour zone and a load of traffic calming has been negotiated by the Politburo set up by St Edmundsbury Council, known as HORP, that stands for Haverhill Area Working Party, to end hostilities. However, there are some secessionists on the other side who are determined not to surrender. Haverhill Town Council. Their Chief of Staff, Town Clerk Will Austin, has come up with some revolutionary new tactics. These include bombarding the shopkeepers with a new survey until they give the right answer. An even more revolutionary idea is to set up a new, smaller Politburo to oust HORP and take over the negotiations. Of course, a Politburo in favour of a traffic ban. Now that's what I call courageous. Meanwhile, as in any war, it's the civilians who suffer. Resident Steve Lomas came along to the town council on Tuesday to complain about Haverhill's senior policeman, Inspector Peter Ferry, who has said publicly he's given up on stopping people parking illegally and wants residents to stop telling him and his officers to issue tickets. Mr Lomas claims that illegal parking, which the police can't deal with, amounts to civil disturbance. I have a feeling that if the towaway system is brought in, there might be an even more visible form of civil disturbance. Still, like many other war zones, there isn't an obvious compromise available. People have to decide which regime they want to live under. Either we muddle on with this new 20-mile-an-hour zone, or someone has to fork out for a proper southern rear service road, as was envisaged in the 1970s. That's the bullet no one wants to bite. Of course, it will need a good bit of investment, but that's usually how you bring wars to an end, isn't it? Oh, I'll have to nip off now, because I've just remembered I've left our escape vehicle on a double yellow line. Bye.